Welcome back to the channel. You guys know we love the Ford Figo, but as we all know, from factory they are a bit bland, a bit like vanilla, a bit like meat with no spice. But what if I told you that you don't need to break the bank or budget to turn this bland looking stock car into a jaw-dropping, head-turning, mouth-watering hero? That's right, my friends. Today we are going through the 5,000 Rand challenge. Now this is all about what mods you can do for 5,000 Rand or less to get started on modifying your Ford Figo to make it a bit more interesting and a bit of a better beast to drive. So today I'll be talking about bang for your buck performance and aesthetic upgrades that you can do for 5,000 Rand or less. Now this, just to explain it, this isn't a total of 5,000. It's if you want to spend 5,000 Rand per mod. That's in your hands. I can't tell you what to do, but I just want to help you guys go through a few things you can do to make your car stand out from the everyday commuter that it is. Starting with the easy stuff first, I'll be using my Ford Figo as the example. This is all about upgrading the appearance of your car, and these next few mods are all DIY stuff that you can do over a weekend to transform your ride. Let's go. First thing is getting into the interior of the car. These are things that you can do yourself, and me personally, I have become a avid fan of Temu because they sell really good quality parts for a fraction of the price of what you could get them in South Africa. And there's a fly in my car. I love Temu because you can buy mods for a fraction of the price as what you get them locally. First thing is by removing your vents and this trim around your stock radio surround. Now this is something that you can buy the Rust-Oleum primer and paint in a can, and this will be able to transform it to whatever color of your preference. I have made them brown, so as you can see over there, they are coming off a little bit. So these were lime green at a stage. I got over it and I really dig the brown, but this is my first mod that you can do yourself. Joining in with the first mod is partially something that you can do alongside that is this trim around your gear knob or shifter. That is also something that just clips out like that, and you can replace, and you can change the color of that to match what you do to your surrounds. Now the next thing is a shift knob, and on Temu I found this nice Recaro shift knob boot, and it was actually pretty easy to install. This, you just have to cut it to the size. I used the same mounting positions as the standard Ford Figo shifter surround, and then you'll see I added this little blue holder which actually enables the shifter boot to get cable tied into so it doesn't keep slipping down, because I know for the longest time when I had my other shift knob, it used to keep sliding down and you see this bare metal of the shifter exposed and it doesn't look that great, to be honest. So concluding on that, the price for the shifter, I think I paid like 180 bucks for the shifter, 50 Rand for the thing that holds the shifter boot in place, and about 90 bucks for the actual boot. And then the spray paint, this I used 1 can and like a 200 grit sandpaper just to roughen up the texture, and that's going to work out roughly 200 bucks. Staying on the interior of the car, this is a mod you can do yourself. If you do not trust yourself doing this, I would suggest taking the car to someone that you do trust. But it is replacing your standard steering wheel with a quick release hub and a hub adapter. Now this, obviously, it's hard to find. I will see if I can find the link and put it in the video description down below. It's something that you can import from the UK. I imported my hub adapter from the UK. It is for a Mark 6 Fiesta. So for those of you that don't know, Ford Figos and Mark 6 Fiestas are basically the exact same car. It's just a facelift version with a different engine. But you can get the hub adapter on there, and then the quick release hub you can either find on Temu or at your local flea market. They sell more or less the same thing along with the different steering wheel. Something I did to make mine a bit more unique is I got these titanium looking bolts. So the standard one that I got with my steering wheel, they were black. And as you see, I've had my steering wheel for years. That's why the black has gone brown already. but I like the look of it. And then there is my quick release hub, and as you see, you should be able to remove it with one hand. There we go. So that is the backside of the quick release, and then the hub adapter sits behind that, and there's one bolt that holds that in place for you to be able to take the stock steering wheel off. Now, taking the stock steering wheel off is a different story because there's two little tabs you have to squeeze to be able to get the airbag to pop out. And piece of advice, please remove your battery terminals if you are thinking of doing this, so that the airbag doesn't blow up in your face, because you'll end up with a broken nose most likely. Moving on to mods you can do yourself, but if you prefer someone doing it for a bit of a more professional finish, the next thing you can do is to wrap your roof. Now, I went for black. You can do the carbon fiber vinyl, but black just looks way cleaner to me than having fake carbon on your roof. And then getting to the front of the car, so there's three things here that you can do yourself. First thing you'll see is the Speed Hunters windshield banner. I used to have UNIC, Sunset Club or Golden Hour Club stickers. I should be remaking some of those. If anyone is interested, let me know in the comments down below if I should remake them. And then the second thing you'll see is the bumper bottom part of the lip is painted, as well as the badge. So I covered my badge as well. For me, just I wanted to debadge the car completely, but there's some structural significance where the badge sits, which I know some guys have done it before. I just haven't learned the skills yet to be able to do the plastic weld and fiberglass stuff to that to be able to remove the badge completely. But I went for black. But those are also mods you can do yourself while the bumper is on the car. Now, another mod you can do is to replace the OEM grille with a mesh grille, or the honeycomb grille that you can find at your local flea market. And just by removing the front bumper, there's a few bolts that hold it in place. I'll link a video up top where I show you how to remove the front bumper. So you can take that off and replace the front grille with a diamond mesh or with the honeycomb. So getting to the cost of these mods, to do the roof, the wrap's gonna cost you about 400 bucks, and to get someone to do it, that is where it gets a little bit expensive. That might be like $1,000 or 2,000 rand, depending on where you go. I know Dylan from Deadly Customs does roof wraps, and he is fairly well priced. So if you're interested, check the comments, check the description down below. I'll have his details to his Instagram page right there. You can hook up with him to see how he can help you with that. And then to do the front grille, that is going to cost you around 850 rand at your local flea market to buy one of those grills, and just your time to install that. And then the other thing, the windshield banner, the Speed Hunters windshield banner, you'll see I have a black piece of vinyl underneath that. That was something that I got attached with the roof vinyl, but the Speed Hunter sticker itself actually cost me about, I think, 120 bucks on Temu. And then the spray paint for the front, another 200 bucks for your sandpaper and your spray paint, and you'll be sorted there. And if you want to add masking tape, I would suggest that, but it's not that expensive. Sticking to the visual mods of the car and the appearance, this next mod is where we are going to slightly break the budget of 5 grand. Now, if you are willing to take the risk, you can go onto Marketplace and find yourself a set of wheels, but then I call them wheels, some people call them rims. The other thing you must keep in mind is you're not just going to buy the wheels, you're going to buy wheels and tires. So this is where it's going to set you back more than 5 grand, but it's something I definitely would encourage you to do, because it does dramatically improve the look of the car and set your car apart from everyone else on the road. So for now, I have these Volk Racing T37 reps on here, and this is on the front. We have a 7.5J narrow dish, and then on the rear you'll see that we have a bit of a concave wheel. I think this is an 8.5J or an 8J. I'm not exactly sure on the offset of these wheels, but they do look sick. Going into the next mod, which makes the car physically appear a lot better, is a performance mod. Starting with the performance mods is a set of lowering springs. So there's two options here. You can go lowering springs, which you could find. There are ones in South Africa for those that are SA based, but for those that are abroad, eBay UK, very trustworthy, very reliable. You can find lowering springs on there for, I think, about 180 pounds or 200 pounds. In South Africa, that translates to about 3.5 grand if you're going to do that. You can change the springs yourself. I would suggest taking it to a shop if you do not know what you're doing, but that is already going to improve the performance of the car, the handling, and it's going to improve the stance of the car. The second option for that is going to be coilovers. Now, this also breaks the budget, and I would suggest, if you are thinking of lowering the car, I would suggest saving up the extra money and rather just buying the coilovers. It's going to be better in the long run, and you're going to be more satisfied with what you can do to change the appearance or the look of the car. And that's not even to mention the performance benefits that you get out of them. So I've tracked the Ford Figo quite a few times, and I must say the coilovers that I have, the FK coilovers, I'll link a video down below of where I got these originally and when I installed them, and they have made a massive improvement to the car's handling and performance. My very first track day was a skid pan day, and I ended up placing third on the open group, being beaten by 2 Subarus. So for 1.4, that's not bad at all. So budget wise for the coilovers, they are very scarce to find in South Africa, but yet again, I imported mine from eBay UK, and with import duties and everything, it cost me about 7,200 Rand to import. And as you'll see in the video below, I installed them myself. That's when I had bare knowledge of how to do mods and to do installations, but I did it in, I think, like 6 hours. Now it will take me a lot less time because I know what I'm doing, but you can do it yourself if you're ready for that challenge. My favorite mod that I've done to my Ford Figo is definitely the exhaust. Now, this budget can be met underneath 5,000 Rand. It just depends on where you go. So as you guys know, I always go to Solly's Exhaust in Nigel. They do stainless steel exhausts and back boxes and boxes for a very decent price. I mean, the last time I went, I got a stainless steel exhaust with 1 resonator for 1,800, which is not bad at all. I just went and took my own back box with me. And that's another thing, the back box that I have, you guys saw that video. If you haven't, I'll link it down below as well. I got that exhaust, the back box, from Temu as well, and I must say it actually changed sounds since I've installed it. I don't know if the fiberglass has maybe worn out a bit because of the pops and bangs, you know, but it has changed quite a little bit. I like the sound of it now. It's a little bit louder again, but I still appreciate the way that it sounds. Then the other thing, so that back box is going to set you back about, depending on which one you get, about 900 Rand, and that you'll be able to take with when you install your exhaust. The other thing performance related that you can do is to find yourself SWR branches. Now these are 4x2x1 branches, mild steel branches that you can find locally in SI. They are a little bit cheaper than going to somewhere like Viper Exhaust or Powerflow, because they're going to charge quite a lot to do a custom branch. But you can get yourself branches. These SWR ones, if I can remember correctly, I bought them for 2.5 grand, and it took me 12 hours to install the damn thing, but I managed to do it with my dad back in the day. That's before I started making YouTube videos, which made me realize that I need to make YouTube videos. But I did it with my dad on the floor of our garage in like 12 hours. So it is something that you are able to do yourself if you have welding knowledge, because the last flange of the branches actually extends a little bit further than what the stock exhaust goes, and you'll need to mount a flange to the new exhaust. So if you're planning on doing the exhaust or the branch mod, I would suggest either taking the car to a garage and letting them put it on for you, but if you can weld, you're able to weld a flange onto the other piece of the exhaust and you'll be set to go. Now my very last performance mod would be 2 types of options. The one is a cheaper option, which you should be able to get at your local flea market or car parts shop, which is getting a cone filter with a pipe that you join on your intake manifold there, and then the pipe goes over and the cone filter rests there. I'm personally not a fan of that because it soaks up all this hot air around this area of the engine bay, which is not going to add performance. But as you'll see, I went the different route, and that also there's a video on the channel where I clean it and install it. I went for K&N replacement filter that's inside the standard air box. I know I'm sucking in hot air because I lost that pipe back in the day when I installed this. That K&N filter I bought originally in SA. They don't stock it anymore, but you can order it directly from K&N USA. I'll link the product down below so you can go and check it out. It's also yet again for Mark 6 Fiesta, but this one's going to set you back about 1,700 Rand after import duties and import taxes. And before I finish off the video, a little bonus mod, which one of them you can do yourself, and the other one, yet again, Dylan from Deadly Customs is able to do it, is doing custom headlights. So these have DRLs. Let me just turn them on. So these have custom DRLs, which way am I pointing? Custom daytime running lights, which work with the indicators and your park lights. So Dylan does these, I think now for like 2,800 bucks. So he takes your old headlights, opens them up, puts the DRLs in, and then you can also do projectors, which hopefully in the future we'll be able to get Dylan to do some projectors on the Ford Figo. And I'll show you guys what that looks like, also a before and after video of what that looks like. And then the last thing that you can do is something I also already did on the shorts. I'll link it, well, you can go find it on the shorts, is to add these little aesthetic bolts, the colored bolts. So I went for blue. I'm going for a bit of a blue theme, maybe a color change theme, I don't know. I went for blue. Those you literally get the packet at your local parts store, but if you can't find them at your local parts store, you can let me know. I can order these in bulk, packets of 20 or 40. So if you are interested in doing that, let me know in the comments down below, or send me a message on Instagram and I can organize you with a set of these. They come in a variety of colors, and I think they just spice up the engine bay that little bit to make it a little bit more unique. So there you have it, my friends. Those are the mods for 5,000 Rand, or for some of those a little bit more than 5,000, that you can do either DIY or get someone to do for you to a stock Ford Figo. Now, the one thing I didn't mention was the D-badge that I did. I don't have a price on that. It is easy to do if you take your car to a body shop, but the thing is, on a white car, it's hard to match the paint, which is why my bumper and everything differs. Hopefully that will change in the future, because there's a little oopsie that I made over there, which I want to rectify and then possibly respray the car or wrap the car. But those are the mods you can do for 5,000 Rand or less, a lot of them being DIY, to transform your Ford Figo from an old vanilla bland thing into a head-turning, mouth-watering, eye-watering machine. And on that, guys, remember to hit the subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below what is the mod you'll be attempting or trying yourself. And for those that want to, after you've done it, send me a photo, video or so of your car on Instagram. I want to actually do a video where I feature some of your guys' cars. So if you're interested in having your car featured on the channel, me rating your car, or I wouldn't say scrutinizing, but reviewing your cars, you can either send it to me via email, which is also in the description down below, or you can pop me a message on Instagram and I'll send you my email address. And once I have a nice big compilation of some of your cars, I'll be doing a video of that where I go through photos and videos of your car, what they sound like, what they look like, what you've done to them, and hopefully give you an honest opinion on what I think about your car and what you can do better, if that is something you guys are open to. Thank you so much for watching another video. See you fellow Ford Figo lovers next time for another video. Cheers. Memphis, man.